G'day, that's Slot Car Guy here, and welcome back to the slot car review. And this time I've gone Pioneer with the Chevy Camaro, and a massive thank you to Armchair Racer who sent me this for a review. And I cannot wait because, as you know, one of my favorite cars in my collection is a Pioneer Legend Series. So I cannot wait to test out one of their other cars in their range. So stick around and let's check out Pioneer's Chevy Camaro. So welcome back to the slot car review, and a massive thank you to Armchair Racer who did send me this awesome Pioneer Chevy Camaro to review for you guys at home. And I cannot wait because I haven't used any other Pioneer car other than their Legend Series, and I did do a review on this little beast over here in the Golf livery. These are really cool, so please check out my review, and I will put that in the description. And stay tuned to the channel because I am racing this actual car in a Melbourne racing series down here in Melbourne, Australia, which is the Pioneer Legend Series. So hopefully I can win some races with this puppy. I don't know, the guys are pretty good at the club. But let's talk about this awesome Pioneer Chevy Camaro in the orange livery. Now, of course, this is an American racing car. I'm not familiar with this car in a racing series, so if you do know, please hit the comments. But I absolutely love how Pioneer execute their cars. Look at that. It looks stunning. It looks realistic. And I love how they display their cars. Yes, it's in a crystal case, but these sleeves are next level. And around the back, we've got some information about the car. But look at the box art. I absolutely love box art, and this will age very, very well. So I do like how they present their cars. And it looks like this is part of the Club Sport series. So please let me know in the comments if that's correct. So let's do a full unboxing, a full teardown, and then we're going to do 5 laps around my track and see how fast I can get this thing around my track. Alrighty, so let's take a close look at this beautiful Chevy Camaro. And I absolutely love the orange and the livery on this, but before we take a close look at the car, let's remove the sleeve and have a quick look at that because I think it deserves a nice close-up. And there you have it. It looks like a newspaper printout on the rear. I really like how they present these sleeves, and inside is this big, beautiful orange colour with the Pioneer logo and their website. Let's take a close look at that. Now this is an absolutely stunning box art sleeve. Now you're probably thinking, Trav, it's just a sleeve, but I do like this stuff. I think it looks incredible. Another quick close look at that because it is definitely worth a closer look. And underneath we've got some more information. So I don't know who designs these. If the designer is watching, let me know because I think you are doing an absolutely stunning job on these sleeves. Now let's bring the car in. Of course, we'll take the lid off. There is our beauty sitting on top, but underneath we do have some goodies, and I'll quickly read that. They do come with, enclosed is a 13 tooth. Let's have a quick look. We'll take that off quickly. So there we go. Inside is a spare pinion, which is a 13 tooth pinion, and some extra braid, which is really, really cool. In their Legend series, they also give you a bag of goodies, and it says enclosed is a 13 tooth pinion gear. This will increase top speed on club tracks with long straights. The average home size track user will not gain any measurable advantages by changing gear ratios. Well, I can prove that wrong, Pioneer, because you know my track is huge. But how cool is that? They supply another bit of kit in there for you to play with. Absolutely awesome, and I think that is definitely should be a standard. Now, let's have a look at this thing. I tell you what, Pioneer execute their cars perfectly. Now, let's start on the passenger side. Of course, this big, beautiful orange Chevy Camaro, number 17. Now, if you do know this car, please let me know. It looks like a Dana. Is it a Dana livery? I'm not 100% sure. Around to the front, the finish of this paintwork it's absolutely stunning. You might be able to see a reflection of my circle light, but look at that. Around to the front, this big front splitter down below. Have a closer look at that. Then look at the lights and the grille. Very aggressive looking slot car. Pioneer, you guys smashed this out of the park. Onto the bonnet, I love, and it actually looks a bit more matte black in real life. It looks gloss here, but I think it's, let me have a quick look. Oh, it might be a little bit glossy, but it's a semi-gloss matte black stripe down the center, or ×2. Around to the driver's side, and look at that. Same as the passenger, but of course now we've got the driver who looks like he is a full figure. Yes, he is, I can see in there. He's a full figure with his legs going down to the well, the footwell. Love these chrome side mirrors. There's one on the passenger side as well, which I missed, but let's have a quick look at that. And let's see if we can zoom inside and have a look inside this cockpit, which is very well detailed. There you can see his knees. It looks like the Stig. I don't know if I'm going to get done for copyright there. Around to the front, I'll have a quick look and see if you can see the dash. The dash is all chromed or silvered out. Hopefully you can see that. It's going to be very hard for me to get in there. But take my word for it, the interior is incredible. And of course, there is only one seat. Let's go around to the back. Nice bit of a flick on the rear boot there. Of course, a little bit of downforce back in the day. And we do have those lines carrying through the top of the car. Really, really cool. A lot of these bars that go across the back windscreen as well. And of course, inside there is a half cage roll cage. Let's see if we can have a look at that. I'll just zoom in. It's a black roll cage. You might not be able to see it. Of course, the fuel filler on top. Another nice little bit of detail there. Up to the rear. Take a look at that. A little bit of chrome. Nice and clean. Good looking car. Now I'll have a quick look at the rims because I think they deserve some closer attention. And we've got some Goodyears printed on there. Love those little fatties. Exhaust pipe coming out the side. Very, very well done. And on the driver's side, of course, twin exhaust pipe. So there you have it. There's a close-up of the livery. Let's do a quick teardown and then we'll throw this thing around my track. Alrighty, so I've completed the teardown. All it took was 4 screws. Very simple to do, but let's have a quick look inside this shell first to see if there's any active lights, because I do love lights. And of course, there is none, but there is plenty of room for you to put them in there. And up the front here, I did miss that in the teardown originally. There is some meshing, and I'll show you the front of it. Some black meshing in that front bumper bar that is nicely glued on from behind. Really good detail on these things. I think Pioneer do an absolutely awesome job on executing these cars, making them as realistic as they can. All right, let's move on to the chassis. It's a one-piece chassis. Look, you could do some modifications to it if you need to by shaving the sides down, maybe chopping some of the support arms off to get some body roll out. But we'll find out when we do the laps to see how good this thing is out of the box. Let's start from the front. Of course, there's our guide with some nice, decent braid. Very nice, decent braid. Looks very, very good. I love wire management, of course. This is well done, and it marries up to the DPR window. Yes, you SCALEXTRIC freaks, this is DPR ready. Right now the car is analog, but if you have a digital plug for your SCALEXTRIC track or digital track, this will take one by simply taking out that window and plugging it in. Simple as that. For you Carrera freaks, and you're probably thinking, Trav, what about us? Well, you can get yourself a Carrera SCALEXTRIC digital chip, and of course that fits in this car and allows you to run this car on your Carrera digital setup. Really, really cool. Let's move on down to the motor. Of course, we are talking about a Sidewinder, and this is a Typhoon 18,000 RPM at 12 volt. So my Carrera track will love this extra couple of volts. So this should have a bit of punch, and that's married to a 12-tooth pinion and a 36-tooth gear. And I did count that gear myself, so I hope I counted that right because I couldn't find any information on the website. And of course, everything else is quite standard. We do have 2 location plug-and-play slots, we'll call them, for the bar magnet, which is right in front of the motor. So there is 2 plug-and-play sections there. You can remove that bar magnet or take it out completely and change the location of that. So there you have it. There's the chassis, there's the shell. How good is this thing out of the box? Well, let's find out. Let's do 5 laps around my track and see what time I can post. Oh, and I think I did miss one very good detail. Again, I had a quick look before I put it back together. This little tunnel here that looks like it's been carved out for a gearbox, that allows you to put your wires up and in and tucks it away nicely, so your wires will run from the guide through here to the motor. Very, very cool. So take a look at that. All right, that's enough talking. Let's hit the track. I don't think there's anything else I've missed. 5 laps, let's do it.
Lap 1, 9.80 seconds. Lap 2, 8.56 seconds. Lap 3, 8.49 seconds.
So how did Pioneer Chevy Camaro perform around my track? Well, I told you how much I love this brand and how good their cars look, but they do perform very well. This thing did an 8.40, which is a monster lap around my track. So again, do I recommend Pioneer? Yes, I do. They look incredible. They go really well. I love the Legend series, but a quick disclaimer, because I know there's been some comments. I am not paid by Pioneer. I did purchase this from Armchair Racer, which I do thank them for sending it to me. And this is an honest review. And I do review my cars honestly. Whether the brand sends it to me or not, it's my opinion. So I hope you are enjoying what I'm thinking about these cars. But this is definitely a buy and a half. So please go out and grab a Pioneer car. If you are a Carrera track owner, don't forget the Carson digital chip. This will fit this car and run on your digital track. And of course, if you're a Carrera Evolution owner, this works on your analog track like I did on my review. But as always, at That Slot Car Guy on Instagram and YouTube. Thank you, Armchair Racer, for sending it to me. Please support your local. Be safe. Take care. Ciao.